MrBeast has the same fears that we do. He recently had an interview on The Diary of a CEO where he admits some things that I think you're going to be quite interested in. Let's check it out.
And you read a comment being like, wow, what a lazy, like I thought you made great videos, or this video sucked, and you read that and the video's underperforming and you're like, maybe I am being too reckless. And I mean, there's definitely times where I would cry, just because I would just be like, am I like not doing this right? Or like they don't understand I put a lot of time into this, or whatever. Why sometimes you're like, does the algorithm hate me? Am I being suppressed or whatever? Back in the day.
When was the last time that happened? That feeling of
Um, yeah, there was like a month probably last year where I felt a little bit of that, just because you know
Okay, so the biggest key here is that he says the algorithm hates me. That's a feeling we have all felt. Now, I know you're probably all like, yeah, cry me a river, Mr. Beast, because he has more views than anybody outside of the music niche. And he's over here saying the algorithm hates me. The point of this isn't to look at him and, like, play the world's smallest violin for him. The point is to realize that all of us, we start getting good, we start figuring out what we're doing. That good could just mean, 100 views. It could mean anything. It could mean 400,000 views. But the point is, we hit these milestones, and then we get to where we're not hitting them anymore. It's not happening for us, and it's confusing and it's frustrating. And he said that he felt this for about a month just last year. Just last year, Mr. Beast would last year was already very, very popular and already had many great things going on for him. And he was feeling like the algorithm hates him. This is a dangerous trap to get in. He gets himself out of it, obviously. But the reason it's a dangerous trap to get yourself into is because what you're going to start doing is every failure you have, you're going to be a victim. This is bad because if you're a victim on every single failure you have, that means you've done nothing wrong, meaning there's no way for you to improve. Can you imagine if Mr. Beast from his early days never felt like the issue was him? Can you imagine if he never felt like, okay, I need to improve, that's the problem. If he ever did that, we we wouldn't have Mr. Beast. Like he wouldn't even be here because of the fact that he would be so he would constantly be thinking that it was the algorithm's fault. Now, the experts are always saying replace the word algorithm with audience. And if you do that, his simple statement, does the algorithm hate me? Does the audience hate me? Now it's starting to make more sense because it's not that the audience hates you, but it might be telling you that maybe you're not making your videos for your audience as much as you were. Maybe you're not focused on them as much as you should be. And if that's what you're doing, you've got to figure out what you're doing wrong to get yourself out of it. Obviously, Mr. Beast is a fantastic creator, but he's human and he got to where he is by falling down and picking himself back up. Now, this isn't all he says. He also goes on to say this.
they just like delete their channel. You've seen a lot of it recently over the last couple of years where YouTubers hit 10 million and they just stop.
Yep.
Has that ever crossed your mind to stop?
Oh, of course. I
Really?
mean, all the time. But
Seriously?
yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's what.
It's crazy to me that someone that's number one, would even think about stopping. Like, why? What, he's doing so much. He's gaining so much out of it. He's helping so many people out of it. Why would you even think about stopping that? But let's continue.
Half this podcast has been about how I don't want to do things, but I push through and do it. I think they're just reasonable humans. Like they, a lot of them are chasing a goal of like, oh, I just want this money so I can take care of these things. It could be noble things like retire my mom or just not have to worry about money. And then they go, well, why would I suffer now? I'm good.
When was the closest you came to quitting?
Oh, I mean, probably countless times. I mean, when I was in solitary confinement for 7 days, I mean, that was miserable. I mean, I did quit a video. I've quit a lot of videos. Like,
No, I mean, as a creator.
I mean, I guess I never truly would have quit. I mean, my biggest thing would be I just would have quit for like a week and been like, let me sleep 9 hours a night. And like, but like I spent we did a video where we spent 7 days on a desert island. First time we filmed it, on day 2, I woke up on the beach and I had literally, I didn't know sand fleas were a thing. I had like 700 bug bites up and down my legs.
So the point he's making here is that he gets to a point with his videos, they're so intense, they're so much, they're so hard that he literally feels like, "I think I'm done. I think I'm done." And we all feel that way sometimes. We may not have 100 million subscribers or 200 million subscribers, but we definitely get to the point where we feel like, "Is the pain I'm going through worth the results that I'm getting out of this? Is that should I quit?" And I think it's very important that we know the only way to, like, if you're, say, working out at the gym, the only way to get your muscles stronger is to push them to failure, to push them to their max, and then rest. Take a break and then do it again, which is what he says. He says he would really only quit for about a week or so, and then he'd be back at it. And the point of that is he just needs a break to gather his thoughts so that he can go back in there and do even more next time, which is the biggest key to growing on YouTube. Every video we do, we need to look for what we did wrong, and those things that we did wrong are awesome because they show us what we can do better the next time. And that's one of the hardest things on YouTube, is figuring out what it is that you did wrong before so that you can improve on it for the next time. This guy was doing this like before he had any money and staying on conference calls all night and figuring out. He talks about this in this video. You should go check it out, The Diary of a CEO. But he's always trying to figure out what it is he can do to do better. You don't have to be as intense as MrBeast. Okay? You don't have to be that intense. But what you can do is follow his same basic principles. Just, you're going to feel those things. They're going to bring you down, but pick yourself back up and know that all you've got to do is keep making videos, keep finding the faults in them, because there will be, and just learn from them. And if you want to figure out how you can make shorts do better, do shorts, learn from the shorts. And I got a great video talking about that right here.